Former title challengers to Tank Davis, Cruz, and Roach are looking to face one another on December 6th. And it's a case of can two wrongs and decisions that went against them be made right? Let's talk about Cruz versus Roach. During a Wednesday, October 8th press conference announcing Cruz versus Roach for December 6th, a PBC pay-per-view event on Amazon Prime, the two fighters had come together to introduce themselves for a bout that many people feel that some of their best performances were pitted against Gervonta Tank Davis. And so now they're going to face one another in a showdown at the lightweight division. This is going to be interesting because both fighters have shown us in the past at their own individual outings that they bring something special. In the case of Cruz, who's bringing a record of 28 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, and 18 KOs, a ferocious physical attack is part of his game. He's often seen tracking down opponents and looking to blitz them with aggression and hooking, looping shots. When we talk about Roach, who is a former junior lightweight champion, he brings his record of 25 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, and 10 KOs into the match against Cruz. And his most outstanding effort was his draw against Gervonta Tank Davis, a fight that many felt that he should have gotten a nod, even though the fight was declared a draw. The 30-year-old Roach is vowing to bring old school boxing back as he is challenging the top-tier fighters that he can, especially seeing that Cruz is looking for an opponent to challenge him. This will be for the WBC interim super lightweight title. Now, the interesting thing between the two men is they both have a lot to prove still in their young careers. Roach, coming off of the fight with Davis, where he had expected a rematch and wasn't granted the opportunity, still looks to persevere. Cruz, who had moved beyond Tank Davis with victories that saw him have a slip-up in August of 2024 against Jose Valenzuela, where he lost a split decision, is motivated to have a name on his record like a Roach. There is a respectability that comes between both men, and each have carved out a space for them in the sport attached to the likes of Gervonta Tank Davis. Now that's where it gets interesting, because the old adage of styles making fights suggests that one man being a slugger in Cruz and the other man being a boxer puncher, being Roach, can bring a contrast that can make for excitement. Roach is 30 years of age, Cruz is 27. Roach is 5'7" with a 68-inch reach. Cruz is 5'4" with a 63.5-inch reach. And he is looking to get the best that he can out of this opportunity. Cruz, who's excited to introduce Roach to the super lightweight division, states that I'm experienced in this division, but I'm not overlooking him just because he's moving up in weight. I'm not going to underestimate what he can do at this weight class. I'm going to show him the way that I showed Roach. He says that we're definitely going to give him an unfriendly welcome to the 140-pound division. You see, when you have combatants who are looking forward to the competitiveness of potential bouts, that's what makes the sport stimulated, and it also stirs the ire of the public and their sentiments as far as looking at who could be listed as the best. And that's what we require when we watch boxing. As far as it's concerned, we'll have a breakdown of this fight in more detail when they face one another. But Isaac Pitbull Cruz at that 140-pound division has already shown us what he can do. And we're looking at Lamont Roach, who probably should be at that division anyway, and has shown us that he has done nothing but gotten stronger since he left the junior lightweight division. So it's an exciting moment to have where you have two of these young men in their virtual primes facing off against one another in a contrast of styles, wills, and skills and abilities. So overall, it is something worth looking forward to. Only if PBC can pull this promotion across the finish line, because they've had situations where we've seen cancellations and other fights stalled out due to whomever knows, the lack of funds or whatever. But this is definitely a quality matchup for boxing in that junior welterweight division, and we should look forward to what these two men can bring as far as excitement in the boxing ring. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Leave comments and let's discuss further. What do you think about this fight between Roach and Cruz? Do you think it's going to be a slugfest, a tactical match, or a blowout? Leave comments and let's discuss further. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.